I know that your state of mind is one of confusion. I know yet you don't feel good about what has happened. इतना तो पता ही होता है कि 99% people don't get through, but it is just another thing to have it happen to you, and that is not something that I wish upon anyone. उसका मेन रीजन ये है कि यूपीएससी एग्जाम बी इट एज इट में, वो हम सब जानते हैं, बट हमारी सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, हमारी रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटी और हमारे लाइफ का एक कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल कभी कभार डाउन हो जाता है क्योंकि हम इस एग्जाम को फेलियर की तरह ट्रीट करते हैं. बट अब आई विल गिव यू फंडे बाद में. फर्स्ट आई वांट टू टेल यू समथिंग मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. This is the first framework, this is the first idea I want to tell you. You guys did something smart by attempting the UPSC exam. The reason that you did something smart by attempting the UPSC exam is because ये risk इसी एज में लिया जाता है. You cannot take these risks at the age of 35 at the age of 40. आपने बिल्कुल ठीक टाइम पर, ठीक पीरियड में ये रिस्क लिया यूपीएससी एग्जाम देने का. इस रिस्क, ये एक समझदारी का मूव था. When you are in this period, even if you talk about प्रॉपर रिस्क असेसमेंट जो कि फाइनेंस में होती है, इन्वेस्टर्स करते हैं, तो मैक्सिमम रिस्क कैन बी टेकन एट अ यंगर एज. जैसे जैसे हमारी एज प्रोग्रेस करती है, हमारी रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटी कम हो जाती है और हमारी कम होनी भी चाहिए. दैट इज द वे इट शुड हैव बीन डन. आपने इंट्यूटिवली वो किया. दूसरी चीज, द रीजन दैट यू शुड बी हैप्पी कि आपने ये एग्जाम दिया रिगार्डलेस ऑफ द रिजल्ट इज बिकॉज you had the self belief to think that out of the millions of people you will be the special one and that you will have that potential. तो कहीं ना कहीं self belief में कमी नहीं है. You pushed yourself to that extent. That is something commendable. इस चीज को प्रिजर्व करना है, इस चीज को जाने नहीं देना है हाथ से. Everything that you have, everything that happens later will be contingent on exactly this self belief. और तो और जिस चीज हम क्यों कर रहे थे ये एग्जाम, लेट मी आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन. लेट मी आस्क यू वैष्णवी, वर्तिका, अखिलेश, विवेक, व्हाई वर यू डूइंग दिस इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस? इन वन वर्ड, क्या चाहिए था हमको? व्हाट डिड वी वांट? व्हाट वर वी लुकिंग फॉर? व्हाई वर वी so frantic, so fanatic? Why is this hurting us so much? What is the reason? Tell me why you feel the way you feel right now. And I'll tell you something important, something you need to know. What I think you wanted, what I think you were looking for, and what I think is absolutely correct and in any sense cannot be wrong, is success. Success चाहिए था ना आपको. You wanted success. You wanted to be successful. You wanted to be somebody. You wanted to be somebody जिसके बारे में लोग जाने. And that has something to do with fame, विवेक, recognition. हाँ, वही success, मतलब broad umbrella of success में आ गया ये. Authority. वही successful people have authority. Self doubt मैं वही बता रहा हूँ चारू. Self doubt कोई जरूरत नहीं. Success or not, सक्सेस, रिकॉग्निशन, अथॉरिटी और नॉट, ये डिसाइड होगा अभी से 5 साल के बाद. संजोली, वर्तिका, इट विल टेक 5 years फॉर दिस डिसीजन, 5 to 10 years फॉर दिस डिसीजन टू बी मेड कि आप सक्सेसफुल हो या नहीं हो, डिस्पाइट ऑफ द रिजल्ट इन द यूपीएससी. अगर हो भी गया आपका यूपीएससी क्लियर, सपोज यू बिकम आईएएस ऑफिसर, सपोज यू बिकम आईपीएस ऑफिसर, सपोज यू गेट द होम कैडर, सपोज यू गेट द होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट, suppose everybody in your locality now knows you, suppose the people that used to call you names are now standing in front of your office. It is not success. It is not success. I have met hundreds of officers and I have met many officers who are not happy with their lives because of various reasons. किसी की फैमिली में प्रॉब्लम है, किसी के जॉब में प्रॉब्लम है, किसी की पोस्टिंग खराब है, किसी के साथ कोई इशू चल रहा है, कोई लीगल इशू हो गया है, किसी की हेल्थ में. ये गारंटीड नहीं होता है लाइफ में कि हमको सक्सेस मिलेगी, हमको रिकॉग्निशन मिलेगी. और अगर हुआ भी बाद में पता चलेगा 5 से 10 साल के बाद. दिस यूपीएससी थिंग डज नॉट डिटरमिन वो मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा. यूपीएससी गिव्स यू अ प्लेटफॉर्म जरूर है ये, उससे ज्यादा ये कुछ नहीं है. इट इज अ रियली गुड प्लेटफॉर्म. अगर आपको गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज में एक जगह मिल जाएगी एंड उसमें आप यू विल रियलाइज कि ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा एक इकोसिस्टम है. इट्स अ ह्यूज इकोसिस्टम जहां पर मुझे अपना नाम और अपनी अथॉरिटी एंड माय मेरिट फिर से एस्टेब्लिश करना पड़ेगा आपको. बिकॉज देयर ऑल्सो यू विल फाइंड गुड बैड एवरेज पीपल. तो कोई वो नहीं है इसमें आपका. देयर इज नो एस्केपिंग दिस फैक्ट. सबसे पहली बात तो वन. जो रिस्क लिया बिल्कुल ठीक लिया, बिल्कुल ठीक टाइम पे लिया, बहुत हिम्मत वाला काम किया, कोई रिग्रेट नहीं होना चाहिए, बहुत सही करा जो करा। अगर अच्छा हो जाता तो रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड रेशो बहुत अच्छा था, हमारे फेवर में था, ठीक है ना। Dipayan, I resigned recently. Why I resigned is because I wanted to do this. I wanted more autonomy. And I have done enough taxation for a lifetime. And the reason that I'm here talking about this stuff is a case in point that UPSC is not the end of life. I've done it. I did it for 10 years. I saw what it all means. And I realized that there is something probably even better than that, much better than that. Now I'm doing that. And now I am on my own pursuit. अब मेरा अपने खुद के गोल्स हैं. Now I have my own trajectory and then I will conquer that mountain. क्योंकि मैं लगा रहूंगा, मुझे पता है. That is why I did it. आपको ये देखना चाहिए why you want to do it. And once you have figured that out, you should realize that there is a risk assessment involved. Why you want to do it. But I did it and then I resigned because I realized that my benefit cost to benefit ratio is much larger because I have some potential जो वहां पे नहीं निकल रहा है. और मुझे लगता था कि अगर मैं वो रिस्क लूंगा तो शायद मेरे लिए अच्छा हो जाएगा. अब आई हैव टेकन दैट रिस्क बेस्ड ऑन. आपने भी रिस्क लिया जब आप यूपीएससी दे रहे थे. मैंने रिस्क लिया, मैंने यूपीएससी दिया, फिर मैंने एक और रिस्क लिया, मैंने छोड़ दिया. राइट. सो नाउ लाइफ इज नॉट लिनियर. बहुत अजीब होती है, सबसे पहली बात. दूसरी बात, देयर आर 2-3 थिंग्स हैपनिंग इन योर माइंड राइट नाउ. एक तो है फोमो, फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट. दूसरा, द रीजन दैट यू आर फीलिंग व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग इज बिकॉज यू आर ऑल टाइप ए पर्सनैलिटीज. अब नमन को मैं बहुत पहले से जानता हूँ. प्राची, आई थिंक प्राची इज ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट ऑफ माइंड. तो ये शिखा, आई विल टेल यू शिखा, अभी नया अटेम्प्ट करना है नहीं करना है, उसका एक आई विल एक फ्रेमवर्क है. आई विल गिव यू अ डिसीजन फ्रेमवर्क. यू विल बी एबल टू अराइव एट अ इंटेलिजेंट डिसीजन. यू आर ऑल टाइप ए पर्सनैलिटीज. यू नो टाइप ए पर्सनैलिटीज क्या होते हैं? टाइप ए पर्सनैलिटीज आर पीपल हु आर ड्रिवन. मतलब वो शांति से नहीं बैठ सकते. दे हैव टू डू समथिंग. दे आर ऑलवेज लुकिंग फॉर मोर एंड दे आर ऑलवेज लुकिंग फॉर समथिंग above normal, and they are never at rest. They're always moving. You will find the type A person is always pursuing achievements. हो रहे होंगे, there will be some pursuit, there will be something or the other. That is a type A personality. You are in that category. Type A personalities को problem होती है when they are faced with failure. ये आपको हो रहा है अभी. दूसरी चीज जो आपको हो रही है वो है escalation of commitment. These are all well documented psychological phenomena जो ये लिखे हुए हैं. None of this is arbitrary and I'm not saying any of it to make you feel better. मैं exactly वो बता रहा हूँ जो हो रहा है साइकोलॉजिकली, कॉग्निटिवली आपके साथ. एस्केलेशन ऑफ कमिटमेंट. अब आपने एस्केलेशन ऑफ कमिटमेंट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फिनोमेना. यू नो, पीपल इन मार्केटिंग एंड एडवर्टाइजिंग यूज दिस. अगर आपने कोई चीज खरीद ली, इफ यू परचेज समथिंग, इफ यू इन्वेस्ट इन समथिंग, चाहे वो अच्छी हो या ना अच्छी हो, आपको ज्यादा अच्छी लगने लग जाएगी. बिकॉज यू हैव टू जस्टिफाई, बिकॉज यू हैव टेकन द चॉइस. अब आपने एक चॉइस करी. यू सेड यू वांटेड टू डू द यूपीएससी. आई विल आंसर ऑल दीज क्वेश्चन. सब कुछ बताऊंगा मैं अभी. अब मेरा आई वांट टू डू द यूपीएससी. और फिर आपने उस पर इन्वेस्ट करा. यू इन्वेस्टेड योर टाइम, मनी, एफर्ट, अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट. योर एस्केलेशन ग्रू, योर इमोशनल अटैचमेंट ग्रू. फिर आपको लगा कि बिकॉज आई हैव इन्वेस्टेड आई शुड बी एबल टू गेट अ रिवॉर्ड एंड आई शुड बी एबल टू गेट सम बेनिफिट फ्रॉम इट. दैट मे और मे नॉट हैव हैपेंड. ये आपको पता था पहले से. यू न्यू दैट ये रिस्की है, इसलिए कोई गारंटी नहीं है. ये हो सकता है हो सकता है ना हो. ये आपको पता था पहले, पर आपने उसको फैक्टर ही नहीं किया. दैट्स ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बट ये एक साइकोलॉजिकल फिनोमेना सबके साथ होता है. यू गो टू बाय अ कार, यू विल फील दिस. when the first time your car breaks down, the first time you have that issue, the first time you marry someone or you fall in love with someone and you have your first argument, the first time you realize that your parents are not perfect, you feel this cognitive dissonance because of this. And the third thing that's happening to you is attribution error. Attribution error, I will tell you what it is. It simply is this. हमको कभी कभार पता नहीं चलता है हमारी गलती कहाँ खत्म होती है और डेस्टिनी कहाँ स्टार्ट होती है. कि हमको नहीं पता चलता है कभी कभी. You have the effort, you have the energy, you have the commitment. And so you think that it will because of this effort or the lack of this effort कि मेरा रिजल्ट आएगा या नहीं आएगा. यही होता है हर एग्जामिनेशन में, यही होता है होता आया है अभी तक पास्ट में हमारे साथ। हम अगर प्रिपरेशन अच्छी करते हैं तो अच्छे मार्क्स आते हैं, नहीं अच्छी करते तो नहीं होते। ये यूपीएससी में नहीं होता है कभी कभार, और इस बारी तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं हुआ। You are attributing more blame to yourself than required. Now, before I move on, let me figure out what you are saying. So I know that one of the question is that knowing that UPSC is unpredictable. चारू, मैं एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताता हूँ इसके बारे में। चारू is saying UPSC is unpredictable. Should I go for it or not? देखो चारू, सिंपल सी बात है। There is a sample set of 50. 50 साल पुराना एग्जाम है ये। एक बार ही इतना डिफिकल्ट पेपर आया। जरूरी नहीं है कि बार बार ऐसा आएगा। प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा इस चीज की है that the UPSC will revert to the original pattern. This is more probable. Just because, yes, it is unpredictable, but so is life. Because if you go, suppose you have to take a flight to Bangalore and you realize the previous day there was a plane crash. You stop flying. No. You need to go get your tooth pulled out by a dentist. You realize that there are sometimes mishaps in dental operations where the entire face gets disfigured sometimes. उस operation में. Do you stop going to the dentist? No. This risk is part of life and it is part of the package. Like I said, the whole point of this whole slide is this. You need to start thinking like an investor. You need to start thinking like an investor. How to think like an investor, I will tell you. कुछ calculations भी हम करेंगे. हाँ, Divya, I know what you mean. You work very hard and you feel bad about it. I know. Race to get successful. Yes, I know. Sanjuli, now might be a great time to explore something, and I'll say something about that. I have something prepared. Nilesh, you gave 4 attempts. I remember you, Nilesh. You have written mains, home and prepared. I'll tell you, Nilesh. अगर Nilesh 4 attempts दे दिए हैं, तो then my suggestion will be slightly different for you than for those of others. Dipayan, how much role does education background play? Dipayan, बिल्कुल, it is not relevant because मेरा तो educational background कुछ था ही नहीं, nothing to speak of. I had no academic background and no potency in my resume as far as academics are concerned. I was only concerned with bodybuilding and powerlifting and sports all my life. No, Harsh, if you are not feeling bad, that doesn't mean that you should feel guilty. The reason that you are thinking that there is something wrong with you because you're not feeling guilty means that you have your heart in the right place. Completely fine, अच्छा है. Good. Your systems are not punishing you जबरदस्ती. Yes, Akhilesh, I know you may feel guilty, but वही बात है ना, हमको स्टार्टिंग से बचपन से यही बताया गया है that if you work hard you get the reward, and if you work hard reward will come. अच्छे लोगों के साथ अच्छा ही होता है. That the world will always, मेहनत कभी वेस्ट नहीं जाती. इस टाइप की चीजें हमारे को स्टार्टिंग से बताई गई हैं, और पहली बार ही हमारे को ये एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है कि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं होता है. This is the reason that we are feeling not good. वेदा, आई विल टेल यू थर्ड प्रीलिम्स. मैं बताता हूँ अभी क्या करना है. तो सबसे पहली बात तो भी ये है, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग लाइक एन इन्वेस्टर. And when I say thinking like an investor, I mean this. Now I'll come to the question, I'll come to plan B, and I'll come to these questions about, whether you should give another prelims or not, etc. So here is my answer to that. This I will tell you later. But first I should tell you about your plan B. So here is the framework. Nilesh, Prachi, here is the framework. If you have given more than 2 attempts, serious attempts, अगर 2 attempts से ज्यादा आप दे चुके हो, which have been serious attempts, जिसमें you have invested time and you have invested your money, you have invested your effort, पूरे मन से दिए हैं अगर, then it might be a good time to start plan B. What are possible plan Bs? Plan Bs are these. ये जो plan B का situation है ना, I would say that it is a rather good opportunity. अभी आप जिस पोजीशन में हो लाइफ में, उस पोजीशन में आप एजुकेशन सिस्टम से बाहर आ चुके हो. You have exited the education system, or you are about to exit the education system. You have not moved on to your permanent life. You have not moved on to your working professional career. You are in between. You are transitioning. और इस transition के बीच में you took a risk. and you decided to see if you could become a civil servant. तो अच्छा करा वो. But you are transitioning, और transition के time पे opportunity होती है. If you transition intelligently, you will land yourself in a position where you will have a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of money ethically. You will have recognition, authority, connections, and anything you want. But उसकी एक शर्त है. There is a caveat, and वो शर्त ये है कि वैसा होना, वो काम जो भी आप नेक्स्ट करोगे, प्लान भी होगा, इट हैज टू बी समथिंग यू रियली लाइक, painfully like, that is what the situation is. That is what you need to do. So your plan B should be, first you need to figure out yourself. अभी टाइम है हमारे पास, अभी we have time. Figure out who you are. अगर 2 से ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट हो गए हैं तो फिर प्लान बी के बारे में सोच सकते हैं. अगर 2 से ज्यादा सीरियस अटेम्प्ट्स नहीं हुए हैं, then if you can afford it, then give one full attempt with your complete dedication and invest. Invest the time, invest the money, invest the effort, and try to get it through. But अगर 2 से ज्यादा हो गए और 3 से ज्यादा हो गए हैं तो फिर प्लान बी पे स्टार्ट काम कर देना चाहिए. और दिस इज द टाइम टू स्टार्ट विद प्लान बी. इवन इफ यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग नाउ, आई वुड से इट इज नॉट लेट. कोई इशू नहीं है. हाउ डू यू डू दैट प्लान बी थिंग? One, make a killer LinkedIn profile. Make an excellent LinkedIn profile for yourself. उस LinkedIn profile में write all of your hobbies, not just your hobbies, write all the achievements you have done, कुछ भी हो. And then start networking with the people of your industry. Start networking. अगर if you want to get into the coaching industry, start networking with people. If you want to get into something which is related to your graduation, or you want to start getting connected to the alumni, suppose you did your engineering or you did your something or the other from some college, तो उस college की जो successful alumni हैं उनसे connect करना start करो. Start dropping them messages. Start sending messages if you can, and create your LinkedIn profile that way. With that LinkedIn profile, create a very very good resume. बहुत अच्छा एक CV भी बना लेना चाहिए आपको. अच्छा CV कैसे बनेगा? अच्छा सीवी के 2-3 तरीके हैं. तो देर आर रियली गुड टेम्पलेट्स अवेलेबल. अगर टेम्पलेट नहीं मिलता है, गो टू fiverr.com. fiverr.com, FIVERR. देयर यू विल फाइंड फ्रीलांसर्स को आप गिव देम $5-10 एंड हैव अ किलर रेज्यूमे मेड. ऑल्दो इट कैन बी डन फॉर फ्री, बट बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल रेज्यूमे बनवाना है तो $5-10 में बन जाएगा, बहुत अच्छा. बट फॉर द मोस्ट पार्ट फ्री में हो जाएगा ये. इट इज नॉट अ बिग डील. तीसरी चीज, अगर so at this point we need to make some calculation about money. Let's talk about money. What do you think is the amount of money you have already invested in this exam? I'll give you a hint. Calculation करने के टाइम पे एक hint जरूरी है. अपनी opportunity cost ऐड करनी है हमको. You should add the money that you would have been earning had you been working. Had you been working, what would have been your salary? And add that salary, जो भी आपका whatever time you invested, 12 months or 24 months, whatever, add that. That is the cost that you have already invested. How much money have you already invested? So Purnima, in your case, you have to follow your passion. And you see, it appears like FOMO. पढ़ के ही ऐसा लग रहा है कि FOMO है आपको more than anything else. And the first question is, do you like writing better, or do you like being in the serving people better? Figure it out, and then do the thing that you like. Do it. Do it. 50K per month. 50K per month का मतलब 6 lakh rupees per year. That's your investment. That's your opportunity cost. ये आपने opportunity cost दी है. Two years, so yeah, you can make that calculation. Some lakhs, definitely everyone has invested some lakhs actually. इतना हो ही जाता है इसमें. And you will earn it back. वो आप वापस कमा लोगे, कोई problem नहीं है. But हाँ, you have, now I want you to calculate, can you sustain this for 12 more months? Vivek, 45 lakhs is actually एक्यूरेट। अगर आपकी अर्निंग पोटेंशियल सपोज 1 लाख पर ईयर, you would have made 12 lakhs per year, and you attempted this exam and you did nothing else but this. So 36 lakhs you've given an opportunity cost because you did not earn. Had you earned the 36 lakhs, you would have saved 10 15 lakhs. Those 10 15 lakhs would have earned interest. Even if you did an FD, fixed deposit, you would have gained some interest. वो आपका जीरो है अभी। बट लाइक आई सेड विवेक, ये जो रिस्क होते हैं ना, ये 40 50 लाख इस लेवल के रिस्क यूथ में ही लिए जा सकते हैं। कि यूथ में ही लिए जाते हैं ये ऐसे ऐसे काम, यहीं पे इसी टाइम पे किए जाते हैं। और कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। व्हेन यू गेट आउट ऑफ दिस, वेदर यू एंटर द सिविल सर्विसेज और यू डोंट, यू विल बी एबल टू 10x दिस अमाउंट। यस, दैट इज करेक्ट। वो इतना, दिस इज द एक्चुअल नंबर, इतना हो जाता है। हाँ संजोली, इफ यू डोंट वांट टू देन द डिबेट इज फिनिश्ड। यू डोंट हैव टू, you do what you want to do. What I'm saying is, if you decide not to do this again, take the opportunity to find out what you are really, really good at and do that. And the reason I'm saying this is because you need a victory. Not, हमको पैसे नहीं चाहिए, हमको चाहिए विक्ट्री इस टाइम पे। छोटी विक्ट्री हो, बट हमको विक्ट्री चाहिए अब, ताकि वो हमको दैट साइकिल ऑफ repetition of success leading to a victory, leading to celebration, leading to a victory, and that pursuit has to start. वो टूट गया है। That is my biggest concern, and I'm, as a psychologist, that is what I'm trying to re-establish, to be very honest. Hmm. Himangini, your situation is much better than that of most people. If you have cleared state PCS, then you should pursue that. एंड देन ऑल्सो इट डिपेंड्स कितना टाइम है। अगर स्टेट पीसीएस को सिक्योर करना वो है अभी, अगर आप कर सकते तो करो उसको। एंड द रीजन दैट यू आर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन इज प्रोबेबली बिकॉज ईदर यू आर नॉट राइटिंग मेंस और यू विल बी राइटिंग इट नेक्स्ट ईयर। तो उस केस में तो इन एनी केस स्टेट पीसीएस देना ही चाहिए, और अगर सिक्योर हो सकता है तो 100% सिक्योर करना चाहिए, कोई डाउट ही नहीं है। आई अंडरस्टैंड, आई नो व्हाट यू मीन। नहीं, फेलियर नहीं है एसआरवी। दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, दिस इज नॉट अ फेलियर, इट इज एन इंटेलिजेंट रिस्क which you took because you are an investor. You invested, you invested, and you invested wisely. Now we have to figure out अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट वापस कैसे लेनी है हमको। ये जब हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट करी थी, ये डिसीजन लिया था, तो हमको पता था what we are getting into. No one would have hidden the fact that इसकी probability कम होती है। Now we have to earn it back because yes, you did not earn money in this duration, but you earned something else. You have earned a lot of knowledge. Now you are a smart guy, you are a smart girl, whatever. Now you leverage that. Now you leverage that to get that investment back. Hemlata, the reason that these numbers are because we are calculating opportunity cost also. Opportunity cost, मैंने बताया, it is the amount of money you would have earned had you been preparing and had you been doing this. No, Srishti, you should not feel like a failure. You are not a failure. You are an investor. आपने जिस स्टॉक में पैसे लगाए थे वो स्टॉक अच्छा नहीं परफॉर्म किया। दिस इज द वे टू थिंक अबाउट इट। यू आर नॉट अ फेलियर। एंड लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग ऑल्सो, फेलियर्स इस लेवल का रिस्क नहीं ले सकते। बाय द वे, फेलियर्स आर दोज हु डोंट इवन हैव द कैपेसिटी टू टेक दैट रिस्क बिकॉज दे आर लेजी। यू टुक अ रिस्क, यू गॉट अप एंड यू डिसाइडेड दैट आई विल बी द वन जिसका होगा, और अब आप उस आपने वो रिस्क लिया एंड आपने वो पाया कि नो, इट इज नॉट टर्न इनटू योर फेवर। तो फेलियर कैसे हो गया? डिस्क्वालीफाई हो गए आप। डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन समझ में आती है, फेलियर कैसे हो गया? दिस इज नॉट फेलियर। इन्वेस्टर हो आप सब लोग, आप हो ही। आई मीन, आई एम नॉट जस्ट पिचिंग दिस, यू आर इन्वेस्टर्स। आप अपना टाइम, अटेंशन, मनी इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो। द मोमेंट यू टर्न 18, यू आर एन इन्वेस्टर। द सूनर यू लर्न दिस, द बेटर इट विल बी। जितना टाइम लगाओगे आप, उतना आपको पता, बाद में पता चलेगा लाइफ में क्या होता है। व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ मनी, टाइम, अपॉर्चुनिटी। हर चीज की वैल्यू होती है, और उस वैल्यू के बारे में कॉन्शियस होना बहुत जरूरी है। फियर तो दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ द गेम। हैव, दिस इज योर प्लान बी। basic roadmap. I will get into more details. I will get into more details and we will figure it out. But एक और चीज आप कर सकते हो. So if you can afford to stick to the preparation, अगर preparation में हम रह सकते हैं, then we should be pursuing something from IGNU. और अगर optional subject है, तो हम उसको बहुत अच्छे से leverage कर सकते हैं. अगर optional subject है तो बहुत अच्छे leverage कर सकते हैं. Dali Chakrabarti, if this is the last time you want to pursue quantum computing, go ahead, but do it. But make sure that you are making sure opportunity cost should not exceed now. कुछ income भी आनी चाहिए. हाँ. Now I want to tell you something. This is थोड़ी सी abstract discussion है, but जरूरी है. आपके लिए जाननी जरूरी है. There is something which I called philosophical warfare. आप आपके साथ अभी क्या हो रहा है? Most of the time हम दो states में रहते हैं. We live in either of the two states in life. Because you see, we are surrounded by various factors, surrounded by an environment, surrounded by situations, and things happen to us. So दो चीजें होती हैं. Either things happen to us or we make things happen, right? If I tell you to go buy a book and give an exam, you can make it happen. But if I tell you you're going to get COVID, that has happened to you. Okay? Environment has impinged, environment has acted on you, it has done something to you. You, as a creature, could not have stopped it. It was beyond your ambit, it was beyond your power. वो आपके साथ हो गया. ठीक है? Now, we remain in two states of mind in our life, depending on our situation. And we make a mistake here, fundamental mistake here. These are the two states, amor fati, amat victoria cura. This is it's a Latin phrase. Amor fati means love your fate. Love your fate. This idea, this ideology, this thinking, this school of thought, this says जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. लाइफ का एक प्लान है, लाइफ का एक गोल है, मुझे जहां जिंदगी ने लेके जाना है मुझे लेके चली जाएगी. I will do my best, I will do whatever I need to do, but I will not obsess about the end results because वो वैसे भी मेरे कंट्रोल में नहीं है. This is a very smart strategy, but at the same time there is a problem with this. This is a distortion of reality. क्योंकि it will not motivate you to work very hard. अगर everything is predetermined, if सब कुछ सेट ही है, if my life and my किस्मत and my destiny is all written out, then why should I work hard? मैं क्यों रात खराब करूं अपनी किताबों के साथ? Why should I not just enjoy? तो लाइफ ने अगर कहीं ले जाना तो ले ही जाएगी ना मुझे. Then why should I do the UPSC of all the things? So this doesn't allow us to be motivated too much. This is one way of thinking about life. This is the other way of thinking about life. This amat victoria curum. This is also a Latin phrase. This says victory loves those who take pains. Victory loves those who take pains. You mostly believe in this. History loves those who take pains. This ideology says we believe that we can make things happen in the world. हम empowered हैं, we have the ability, we have the power, we have everything. अब हम मेहनत करके वो कर सकते हैं जो हमको करना है. We can figure it out. It is up to us. And this is also a problem. This is also wrong. ये तो wrong है ही. Fundamentally, it is not the full truth. गलत है. ये भी गलत है. ये गलत क्यों है? Who can tell me ये गलत क्यों है? ये गलत इसलिए है because सब कुछ हमारे हाथ में नहीं होता है. इनफैक्ट हमारे हाथ में बहुत ही कम होता है कुछ. इनफैक्ट इफ एनीथिंग एट ऑल, द रिसर्च ऑफ फ्री विल, जिसको हम फ्री विल बोलते हैं ना, दैट वी आर एक्चुअली एजेंट्स ऑफ आवर ओन विल एंड दैट वी कैन मेक थिंग्स हैपन, इज नॉनसेंस. न्यूरोसाइंस हैज कंफर्म्ड दैट देयर इज नो फ्री विल. वो एक अलग डिस्कशन है, वी विल नॉट गो देयर. बट this is the mode we stay in when we are type A personality, when you are a UPSC aspirant like you guys. You believe you can make things happen which are beyond your control. Distortion of reality, also distortion of reality. This is the problem. You require this distortion of reality. आप इस concept के बिना लाइफ की सफरिंग को नहीं झेल सकते, योर माइंड विल क्रम्बल, योर साइकी विल शैटर, टूट जाएगी, टूट ही जाएगी, आप मेहनत ही नहीं करोगे. This, if you follow this too much, it will lead you into depression. It will lead you into nihilism. If you follow this too much, it will drive you crazy. अभी जो आपको फीलिंग हो रही है ना कि मेरा नहीं हुआ, मैं फेल हो गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, दिस इज टू मच अमात विक्टोरिया क्यूरम हैपनिंग टू यू, एंड यू आर नॉट रियलाइजिंग कि आपके साथ कुछ हुआ है. आपने कुछ ज्यादा नहीं किया है उसके आउटकम में. व्हाट यू कुड डू यू हैव डन. देयर इज समथिंग दैट हैज हैपेंड टू यू. इट्स एन एक्सटर्नल इवेंट. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उसके रिजल्ट में इट इज योर नेम रिटन इंस्टेड ऑफ इन फ्रंट ऑफ इट इज मेंशन्ड डिस्क्वालिफाइड. सो यू थिंक दैट दिस इज समथिंग दैट हैज हैपेंड टू मी, मेरी कुछ गलती होगी शायद. You feel sad, you feel guilty. You feel guilty for not feeling guilty. Like our friend here, Harsh. If you do too much of this, it will drive you insane. You will ruin your relationships, you will ruin your health, you will become hyper focused, and you will be driven insane. Because you cannot control nature, you cannot control fate, you cannot control the forces which determine everything around us. रियलिटी इज दैट हमारे साथ चीजें हो जाती हैं, देन वी हाइपोथेसाइज, वी मेक सेंस ऑफ इट. पीछे की एक कहानी हम क्रिएट करते हैं टू जस्टिफाई व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. माय सजेशन टू यू इज फाइंड द राइट स्टोरी. यू हैव टू यूज बोथ ऑफ दीज. अगर कुछ खराब हो गया लाइफ में, यूज दिस. जब कोई चीज अचीव करनी हो तो यूज दिस, बट नो दैट दे आर both distortions of reality. None of them is true. They are both fundamentally wrong. Also know that you need them. ये requirements हैं. These are like vitamins. These are like vitamins for the soul. These are things which you require. Right? Sanjoli thinks that it is the UPSC's fault. So at least she has that closure. She is thinking about it from this point of view. She is in this mode, which is good. But now when she has to do something else in life, she will have to come to this mode. And then she will have to exert effort. वो exert तो वैसे भी करना पड़ेगा. Even if you clear the exam, you have to come back to this. That is what keeps us ticking. Right. Now, once you have this framework, I've told you something about plan B, which is something you can do. And I told you, there is Amat Victoria Curum and there is Amor Fati. और life में we have to do both. कभी एक, कभी दूसरा. और एक के बिना, without both of them, we cannot work. But there is a fundamental. एक है जो सच है. There is one truth which you cannot deny. Amor Fati might be wrong. Amat Victoria Curum might also be wrong. But there is one principle which is not wrong. And that is memento mori. You know what memento mori means? I've spoken about it. I wrote an article about this. Remember death. Remember the fact that your time here is limited. ये सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा. Those who cleared prelims, those who did not clear prelims, me, you, your mentor, your parents, everyone has to die. Everyone must end. This is temporary. Here, our time is limited. Whatever time we have is a privilege. It has to be treated accordingly. It is very important to spend time with your loved ones. It is very important to make sure your time is spent well. It is very important to be as happy as possible and to spread happiness as possible, as much as possible. This is fundamental. इसको कोई change नहीं कर सकता. So far, there has been no person in the world, whether that is a prophet, nothing has ever put a dent in this principle. And this is what we have to remember at times like these. Time is precious. Spend time with your loved ones. Don't don't feel guilty. Don't berate yourself. Don't push yourself in any negative cycle. खुद को suffering नहीं देनी है. Life में बहुत suffering है. There is plenty of suffering everywhere. खुद को suffering नहीं देनी है और. You don't deserve it. You deserve the opposite of suffering. If you don't have the courage, if you don't have enough love, if you don't have enough self-love to give yourself that respect, then at least do not make yourself suffer. That much something which I will insist that you have to do for yourself. जितना मैं कर सकता हूँ, I'm trying to do that. From my vantage point, there is a distance of space and time between you and me. But the ultimate message though, life does not end When I'm sitting here talking about this stuff, there will be फेलियर, और जिसको हम फेलियर कह रहे हैं वो इस केस में फेलियर नहीं है, वो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन है. बार बार मैं बोल रहा हूँ, दिस स्टॉप यूजिंग दिस वर्ड, stop using this word for failure and change the narrative. Change the narrative. This is your narrative. This is what you are doing. This is what you have to do right now. You come to this right now. This is you loving your fate. And why I say loving your fate, there's another thing which I should probably tell you. Whatever happened at this point, I had mentioned, मैंने आपको बताया था पहले, this prelims exam will slingshot you. It will slingshot you in one direction or the other. अगर हो जाता तो बहुत खुशी होती, प्लान्स बन रहे होते मेंस के, और तो और बाय द वे 70% चांसेस आर दैट यू वुड नॉट क्लियर मेंस, क्योंकि 30% लोग ही सिलेक्ट होते हैं. उसके बाद 10% chances were that you would have cleared interview. So your actual probability of clearing the exam, even if you have cleared prelims, would have been around less than 10%. लेस देन 10% प्रोबेबिलिटी होती, जिस चीज का आपको इतना डर लग रहा है अभी, वो आप 10% प्रोबेबिलिटी नहीं चाहिए हमको. उससे बेटर तो ये है कि ये जो एनर्जी है, दिस एनर्जी, दिस पर्सपेक्टिव जो हमको मिला है, लेट इट स्लिंग शॉट यू इनटू अ बेटर डायरेक्शन. Take the time to find out who you are. And I've told you this before, in order to find out who you are, take these psychometric tests. कुछ बहुत अच्छे psychometric tests हैं जिनको हम यूज कर सकते हैं. One of those is the Big Five. Another one is the MBTI. MBTI is okay, it's not that scientific. The Big Five personality inventory, which you will find on Google for free, is phenomenal. बहुत यूजफुल, बहुत पोटेंट, बहुत पावरफुल इन्वेंट्री है, और उसकी साइंटिफिक कोरिलेशन बहुत स्ट्रांग है. सो इफ इट गिव्स यू अ रिजल्ट, और आपने वो ऑनेस्टली अगर दिया है, तो दैट विल एक्चुअली इंडिकेट व्हाट टाइप ऑफ पर्सनालिटी यू आर. एंड इट कैन ऑल्सो टेल यू व्हाट टाइप ऑफ जॉब you will be good at. It can also tell you what type of partner you will be happy with. It can tell you what type of transformation your personality will take over the years. थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा उसको समझने में, and reading about it, understanding it, but all of that is now available at your fingertips on the internet. So you use that and know that this is not the end of life. Also, like I mentioned, when I think of people who are UPSC aspirants, there's always something which strikes my mind. There is this poem. It's not a poem, it's actually a saying by this writer called Jack Kerouac. Um, and he said something about the mad ones. Mad ones. There is something he said about the mad ones, the people who are mad. He says, "I love mad people," and you are that category. You are that category of mad person. This is what he said. I'm copy pasting this for you. And he said, "This is what he said." So you are definitely mad, and the saying is this. Jack Kerouac says, and I think this is true for all UPSC aspirants, the only people for me are the mad ones. The ones who are mad to live, mad to talk, mad to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time, the ones who never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but burn, 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 like a fabulous yellow Roman candle exploding like spiders across the stars, and in the middle, you see the blue center light pop and everybody goes, "Oh." That is the category of people you belong to. You are the mad ones. Now, the mad ones do not fail. The mad ones just find various ways to succeed. They find ways which have never been found. That is the category of person you are. Don't forget that. I also am that category of person. I don't know how successful I will be in life, but I know I am in this category. You are also in this category. Otherwise, you would not have taken this panga, and you would not have been here listening to me talk about this stuff. So you are that category. This is what I wanted to say. That is my monologue. Now I'm happy to answer questions if you have. Deepayan, you asked that you are doing BSc honors in computer science and people are telling you to do masters, but you want to give full-fledged attempt, also thinking, what if I fail? So Dipayan, we have to assume that you might fail, which is the truth. Since you are doing computer science, you understand logic, right? And you understand probability. We already know the probability of failing is high. And first of all, let us stop calling it failing. Let us stop call it disqualification, because that is what it is. It's not failure. It's not failure because it doesn't have a relative marking. And it's basically, relative to everybody else, cannot possibly be failure. Should you do this or should you do this MSc or in computer science? I think that depends on two factors. One, can you afford 1 year of doing it? And after 1 year of UPSC preparation, will that option still be open to you of computer science? If yes, then do it. If no, and if your passion is already aligned with computer science, then you forget about this UPSC. Then you move on to that. That is what I would like to say. Komal, you asked that your first attempt will be in 2024 and you are only 22 years old. But by seeing the prelim results, I feel disheartened that you may not clear. Komal, I'm telling you right now that there is a high probability that you will not clear. That is the truth of the situation. That is the statistic. That is not hidden to you. You should not be under any illusion that ये difficult है, probability or risk है इसमें. You have to accept that deal before going forward. If you accept it, go in it. But the fear that it may not happen should not be the reason to stop you. वो एक अच्छा reason नहीं है. अगर वो fear, if you are that type of person, you see, mad ones, ये mad ones का game है. This is the game that mad ones play. Either you are mad or you are not. If you are mad, you go ahead and you accept that. क्या होगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा? क्या होगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा? फेल हो गए तो, डिस्क्वालीफाई हो गए तो, दर्द होगा ना? तो ठीक हो जाएगा. It will be okay after a while, and it will get better in fact, if you leverage it properly. Marishi, or was it lack of hard work or was it bad luck? Doesn't matter. Right now we have to believe it was this. Right now we have to believe it was this. It was bad luck. As bad luck assume करते हैं. As if you decide to move into the preparation, then you have to come to this Amartya Victoria theorem, and we have to see, not, we are not concerned with the fact कि bad luck था या नहीं था उस टाइम पर. हमारे को इस चीज से कंसर्न है कि now we are in control. Now you'll work hard as required, as much as required, and you'll clear it this time. So right now you be here emotionally, philosophically, and then you transition here if you are giving another attempt. Shivani, last attempt. This was your last attempt, and you did not clear prelims. Help. Okay. So Shivani, yes, I remember. I saw your message also. It was your last attempt. You did not clear prelims. Is there anything from this that can help you? First, what was the industry that you were associated with? Second, make a really nice LinkedIn profile and start networking on LinkedIn. And contact people who are associated with your profession, contact people who are your alumni from college, and seek guidance. Seek guidance, seek references. Start talking to people. Message at least 10-20 people a day. Build a network. This is one truth I'm telling you in life, in your career, whether your career is in the civil services or not. Everything is about networking. Everything is about networking. Even in the UPSC, after the civil services, depends on how well connected you are and what level of genuine relationships you have with people. सिर्फ artificial relationships से कुछ नहीं होता. The number of genuine relationships which you have with people determines how successful you will be. Emotional intelligence का game है सारा. Parijat Saurav Anand, you gave 7 attempts. You reached 2 mains, 1 interview. You are now 32 years old. You belong to POBT category. You have done BA honors in English. You have done BA honors in English. पर परिजत इतनी प्रिपरेशन कर ली है, और अगर BA ऑनर्स है तो कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री में क्यों नहीं कुछ कर सकते? आई थिंक देयर माइट बी अ पोटेंशियल हियर। इतनी तैयारी करने के बाद तो यू वुड हैव नोन द होल, पूरा डिटेल में आपको पता होगा एग्जाम के बारे में। वो एक्सप्लोर करा जाए इफ यू वांट टू स्टिक टू दिस इंडस्ट्री। अगर नहीं करना है इन दिस एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री, समथिंग एल्स इज ऑन योर माइंड, तो फिर वो भी पॉसिबल है। उसके लिए फिर वही लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल चाहिए होगी, लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल चाहिए होगी, नेटवर्किंग स्टार्ट करनी पड़ेगी अपने चोजन एरिया में। Naman is saying, what about parental pressure? Naman, that parental pressure is a voice of concern. They want you to get a job because they want you to be safe. They don't want you to suffer, and they want you. They just, parents will always be biased towards safety. Hamesha. So if they are telling you that, you will have to have an open conversation with them. You sit them down and you tell them कि मुझे इतना टाइम चाहिए, and you stick to your word. After you say what you will say to them, you stick to your word, and you do. After the time period elapses, either you stop it or you end up go getting another job. You get another job, but you have to talk to them एक बारी. Himalay, you said you did MBA in 2022. You could have been working, but you gave the first attempt full efforts, feeling drained and confused. Yes, Himalaya, I know, and because I know that you were in the super batch and you worked very hard, and you also pulled yourself up very dramatically from your level. I saw the level increase very fast. तो इतना तो कोई doubt नहीं है that you are very smart and you can do difficult things in a very short amount of time. ये इसमें कोई doubt नहीं है. Again, the algorithm is the same. Can you afford another attempt? Can you, do you want to? पहले तो 2-3 दिन take the time to realize, self reflect. आराम से, जल्दी नहीं है इस चीज का जवाब आज नहीं देना हमको. If you can afford it, then go for it. अपने आप थोड़ी देर में एनर्जी वापस आ जाएगी. अभी आपको लग रहा है, उसके बाद सब ठीक हो जाएगा धीरे धीरे. If that is the case, then you go ahead. और अगर नहीं मन मान रहा है, अगर मन नहीं मान रहा है, तो if you have done MBA, फिर तो नेटवर्किंग का ही है वो. Start talking to people, end up getting interviews. कहीं ना कुछ स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. और अगर वो भी नहीं होता, तो मे बी वन सर्टिफिकेशन इन फाइनेंस और मार्केटिंग और HR, रास्ता निकल जाएगा. Vartika, it was your second attempt and it was your first serious attempt. You started preparing for next attempt as you knew CSAT would not be cleared. Should you work? हाँ. So Vartika, in your case, no. If you can afford it, एक साल अभी और बनता है सिर्फ प्रिपरेशन के लिए. अगर उसके बाद या उसके बाद भी नहीं होता है, देन प्लान बी. अभी तो ठीक है, वन सीरियस अटेम्प्ट ना, वन सीरियस अटेम्प्ट में वैसे भी बहुत कम प्रोबेबिलिटी होती है, तो अभी आप अफोर्ड कर सकते हो. इफ यू कैन अफोर्ड इट फाइनेंशियली, इमोशनली, तो फिर एक अटेम्प्ट बिल्कुल डेडिकेशन के साथ देना बनता है. SRV, you're not very much into IT consulting, but you're done with the last attempt. What all options can I pursue? Sir, we ultimate infinite options हैं वैसे तो आज की डेट में. टुडे, this is, I'm telling you a fact which I don't know many people will tell you. अगर आपके पास दिमाग है थोड़ा सा, और इंटरनेट है, और एक कंप्यूटर है, तो आप घर बैठे बैठे पैसे बना सकते हो. Everything you need to make money on the internet is on the internet. You just need the will. सारी इंफॉर्मेशन है. Start exploring. And the best way to explore for you, SRV, is to figure out who you are. Who are you? What do you like? This is a creator's economy. This is a gig economy. This is a place now where the whole world is connected. The entire world is a stage. You can showcase your abilities and your talents. You can monetize your abilities and your talents. You can make a life out of it. You can make a business out of it. You can make a company out of it. You can make a startup out of it. You can make a corporation out of it. अगर ड्राइव इतनी है तो बहुत इन्फिनिट ऑप्शन है, कोई इशू नहीं है. शिखा, आई डू नॉट बिलीव दैट यू डोंट हैव स्किल्स. हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल दैट यू डोंट हैव स्किल्स? यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता स्किल ना हो. आई थिंक यू नीड टू डू सम सेल्फ सोल सर्चिंग and also spend some time on figuring out what is your personality type. What is your personality type? इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, इज इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस अ स्किल? देर आर पीपल जो लोगों से कनेक्ट कर लेते हैं, देर आर पीपल जो लोगों से बात करने में बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, दे हैव गुड सोशल स्किल्स। तो वो कहीं सीखा थोड़ी होता है। देर आर स्किल्स विच आर इनबॉर्न। हम सब में इनबॉर्न स्किल्स हैं। आपका काम है यू फिगर आउट करना वो इनबॉर्न स्किल क्या है। 100% इनबॉर्न स्किल्स हो सकता है सिंगिंग का हो, मुझे नहीं पता, हो सकता है ड्राइंग का हो, इट कुड बी एनीथिंग, बट यू फाइंड आउट व्हाट इट इज, दैट्स योर जॉब, यू फाइंड दैट आउट। अभी I get a little irritated when I realize that the school system, the college system did not tell you कि आपका क्या है gift. That the whole purpose of the schooling system and the education system should have been to figure what you are best at. बस उनका और कोई पर्पस नहीं था। अगर अभी भी ये हमको नहीं पता है तो दैट इज अ फेलियर ऑन दैट सिस्टम, ऑन देयर पार्ट। अब वो चलो जो हो गया। नाउ you take matters into your own hands and you find out what you're good at and then you do it. Ved, Praneeth, you say that you are not worried about the future, you are working and you're ready to go for the third attempt. The main thing is relatives influence the parents to stop me not to prepare for the exam. अब वेद, प्रणीत, ये तो रिलेटिव्स इज अ फैक्ट ऑफ लाइफ, अब रिलेटिव्स की बात सुनते होते ना तो अभी तक यहाँ पर आए ना होते आप, यू वुड नॉट हैव बीन हियर। एंड इफ यू आर गिवन 3 attempts, दैट मीन्स दैट यू हैव नॉट लिसन टू द रिलेटिव्स। तो अगर 1 महीने, 6 महीने, 1 साल उनकी बात नहीं सुनी और भी तब भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बोलने दो उनको। आफ्टर द होल थिंग्स इज ओवर एंड द डस्ट सेटल्स, यू विल इधर से कि हाँ जी आपने तो ठीक कहा था, और दे विल से कि हाँ जी आपने ठीक कहा था। इन एनी केस इट डजंट मैटर, ना उनको कोई फर्क पड़ेगा ना आपको कोई फर्क पड़ेगा, नो वन केयर्स। Navya, you are in 11th and you want to pursue nothing. Navya, you enjoy life and you expand your mind. You are in 11th standard. Take the time to explore this world. Like I said, the thing you should be worried about right now is to figuring out what you are good at. What is your gift? 11th and 12th, college, that is the time you figure that out and then you do it. And then you do it with aggression. And then you just go full on. That is how you lead to, that is how it brings actual massive success. Prachi, I will take a lecture of 2024 aspirants. Today the result came out, so we are doing this. That one is also ready and in the pipeline. सोनिया, जब से पेपर दिया है दोबारा से कंसंट्रेशन नहीं है, हाउ टू मेंटेन कंसिस्टेंसी अगेन? सोनिया, देयर इज अ डिप आफ्टर a prolonged effort. आपको prolonged effort डाला and after that naturally there is a dip. Dopamine levels in the brain, they get saturated and for a while you don't feel motivation. अपने आप मोटिवेशन आ जाएगी थोड़ी देर में. Today the result has come, you give yourself some time and then you will carry on. And if you want motivation, just go give any mock test. इतना difficult होते हैं और इतना अजीब सा एक्सपीरियंस होगा कि अपने आप मोटिवेशन आ जाएगी आपको. The problem won't be motivation, lack of motivation. The problem will be too much motivation, anxiety. There will be so much motivation when the mains exam comes that you will face anxiety. उसको control करना is the bigger issue, not lack of motivation. Savage Tommy, you did electrical engineering and you know machine learning. You did MA in Pol Science with net qualified. You would like to use AI in dynamics of politics and predict. That is fantastic. What are you talking about? Do that. Do that. Do that. Make a company. Make sure you do well. Build very good neural networks. Build excellent models and then sell it for 100 crores. Do it. What is stopping you? Priyanka, you say that you have long and short-term investor in share market, but your interest is in UPSC. Twice you failed. Should I continue to prepare? No, Priyanka, when you say share market, see, are you a retail investor? Do you invest in shares? That is not a career. There are people much, much, much smarter with extremely sophisticated tools who win at that game. Retail investor does not win in the stock market. आप भी नहीं जीतोगे most probably. Unless you are deeply involved in finance, you have something very, very good. You have a really good team, super, super good analytics, and a huge past record. तब तक शेयर मार्केट में नहीं पंगा लेना चाहिए, स्पेशली इंट्राडे. इंट्राडे डेंजरस, नॉट फॉर एवरीवन. बहुत कम लोग के बस का चीज है, उन्हीं को करने देना चाहिए. As a matter of long-term investment, if you are investing in mutual funds and index funds, तो उसमें तो वैसे भी you cannot do anything. You just invest and you sit, you wait. So that doesn't occupy time. So it is not a job. You'll have to figure out if you require a job or not. Saloni, you have LLM in international law, but you can't find jobs. You have a LinkedIn profile and you're trying to build a network, yet no fruitful results. Saloni, you know what? My brother did his MBA from Toronto, and he, it was luck. It was his bad luck that he passed out when देयर वाज कोविड. कोविड के टाइम में पास आउट किया उसने एमबीए करके और उसको जॉब नहीं मिली. उसको 2 साल तक जॉब नहीं मिली. He did not get a job, and he was there, and he had his student loan, and he had a lot of expenses, and he had a lot of trouble. But because it was COVID, that there were no jobs at that time. So he told me what he did. He made a list of 1,000 names. 1,000 names. And he emailed and he reached out to 100 people every day. Every day. That is the amount of networking you have to do. He ultimately got a job and he got a nice one. Now he sits at home and he's working at home even when there is no COVID and he's doing well for himself. बट हाँ एक स्ट्रगल का पीरियड था. तो नेटवर्किंग अग्रेसिवली करनी पड़ती है. 2-3 मैसेजेस भेजने से काम नहीं होता. यू विल हैव टू सेंड हंड्रेड्स एंड बी शेमलेस. बी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट इन डूइंग दैट. करो इसको एकदम तरीके से करो. इट इज अ नंबर्स गेम. You send it to 100, you will get an interview from one. You send it to 200, you will get 2 interviews. You send it to 1000, you'll get 10 interviews. 10 interviews means 3 jobs. 3 जॉब ऑफर होंगे. फिर आप चूज कर लेना आपको कौन सा चाहिए, पर वो एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा. Age 27, 5 attempts, Ayush. You want to take a break from postgrad and then maybe you'll be back for the last time. Sometimes you hold the desire to work in the government. Yeah, that's fine. That makes good sense. And if I'm correct, then Ayush, you are at Ashoka University or some nice university like that. So that's fine. Explore that. Maharishi, it was the first serious attempt to 29. You have 2 attempts left already in central government service. C. Planning to give it a go, another attempt, please. Yeah, of course it's. Maharishi, your job is secure. सरकारी जॉब ऑलरेडी है. क्या दिक्कत है? करना ही चाहिए. आपको तो करना ही चाहिए. 100%. There's no question about it. No question about it. So I hope it was helpful. कुछ कुछ काम की चीजें, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट अच्छे फ्रेमवर्क आपको शायद मिले हों. That I'm really hoping for. And I will now leave you here. And hopefully I've done something to ease your anxiety and to give you some useful answers. And that is what I was actually hoping for. If I've done that, then I'm happy. If I've done that, then I'm happy. Thank you very much. I will see you very soon, and we'll meet again. We'll meet again very soon. इस टाइप के सेशंस हम करते रहेंगे. Thank you. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Remember that you are one of the mad ones. Do not let it get to your head. Think like an investor. Be smart. Stay smart. Thank you.